on, y'all? It's your boy, I'm here back again for another motherfucking mega. And today is Thursday story time. Oh, I'm wearing a robe because it's cold as fuck in here. It's cold as fuck. Oh, by the way, I don't know if y'all seen this new bed yet, but this is basically a new bed set that my mom got in this room. Like my brother and my niece and nephew's room. It's pretty comfortable. See, it's comfortable as fuck. I wish I would have had something like this when I was at age, but now I got something 10 times better. I'm trying to get a new bed when I get a new house and shit like that, and I need one that's gonna get me comfortable, because this bed that I currently have is just plumpy as fuck. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are going to be talking about me surprisingly having just a toxic ass crazy friend in high school. And this is the same motherfucker that I've mentioned a lot in my videos. Especially when I get around my friends, this motherfucker gets mentioned a lot because of, it's just, he gets mentioned a lot because of the things that he has done to the group and is currently still doing here and there to the group that he's not even in no more. Y'all already know his name, so I'm not even gonna name his name out there. But yeah. So basically, bottom line moral of this story is gonna be is you just can't be friends with everybody. You just can't, and you can't change nobody, and you can't help everybody. That's pretty much the moral of this whole fucking story right here. But let me just go back to day one. So I met this motherfucker back in freshman year. I met him back in freshman year, right? I was a freshman. This was by the end of, I had to say by the end of, almost the end of first semester. I met the dude. I was the first person to meet him out of everybody in the group. I was the first person to meet him because he sat at my table. I would have to say it was around like November or October, but it was somewhere by the end of the first semester of my freshman year. Like, that's when everybody in my group started coming. Whoa, like I had to say, like, he was one of the first people out of everybody in the group to start coming. Like, the only people there that was in my group was me and my first ex. And that was it. I was the only person I really, hung out with, surprisingly. Another person I regret, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Yeah. I was the first person to meet the dude because the motherfucker came at my table. And me being the person that I am, I'm being like, hey, what's up? Like, you knew how you doing and everything. Because I'm nice to everybody. I stay greeting people and I stay trying to make friends, because, that's just the type of person I am. But damn, there's just certain people that I just regret even speaking to, greeting, welcoming. There's just certain people that I just regret welcoming. And out of all the friends I've had in my life that I regret having, this has to be the most regretful friendship that I've made. Just, I really regret it. Like, but then again, I mean, I'm not saying he would have been like, we were friends and stuff like that, but as far as him being in a group, I don't really think it would have made a difference because my group being the group that it was, eventually he would have gotten in the fold. Whether it's not me, it probably would have been somebody else in the group that would have welcomed him in the fold, and he would have been in it. So I don't really think it would have made a difference whether I brought him in or somebody else brought him in. Either way, he probably would have gotten in the fold. But yeah, I was saying, hey, what's up? And he was the first time just the first time he was like, what's up? He already had an attitude. Like, that was my first impression of the motherfucker. I was like, damn, this was a rude ass bitch. Like, that was my first impression with this motherfucker. So, um, fast forward a couple weeks later, the motherfucker starts warming up to everybody. He starts warming up to everybody. Like, hey, okay, but mainly to me because I was trying, like I said, I don't know if this was my fault or what, but I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be like, I was like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. I understand, when you come to a new school and you don't really have like friends like from your old school and stuff like that, because I've been through it. I understand it, but I don't know how it got from that to the point where this motherfucker is just literally like like he's one of those type of friends where it's just like clingy and it's weird. It's like I don't to this day I don't know if the nigga was like had feelings or some shit like that because and it wasn't just me. It was my other friend Omar when he came in the sophomore year. But I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But yeah, he started being clingy. He started being like trying to follow me everywhere, and he was like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with mine. I'm a this and that." And then I still had the group with me, and I was trying to hang out with the group, and the motherfuckers were around me, and I was like, "Damn, nigga, can I? You being weird. You're being weird. Give me some space. Damn." Like it was weird, and everybody was like it was weird. It was just like, what the fuck? Like it was weird. But eventually he cooled down on that a little bit. But fast forward in this. Well, no, I'm not gonna fast forward in the sophomore year because I'm telling it all. I'm telling it all because shit was crazy. Fast forward later, almost mid second semester of my freshman year. That's when I had like the first big fallout with the motherfucker. The first big fallout. Because there was this other motherfucker named Trey. I didn't like that nigga. I've almost fought this nigga on many occasions, by the way. Almost. But there's always somebody that would step the fuck in and try to stop it from happening. But had nobody stopped it from happening, I would have fucked the nigga up. Trust, I would have fucked that nigga up. And trust and believe it. I have threatened to punch that motherfucker in the throat. I've made up lots of threats to that motherfucker. We just do not like each other. He black like me. There's not a lot of black kids in my class. So I don't know if that made it worse, but there's not a lot of black kids in my class. There was me. Only black kids in my classes out of the whole 4 years was, well, first out of that freshman year was me, my two exes. Well, they weren't my exes at the time. Another girl that was a senior, who I just linked up with on Instagram. That was cool. I didn't see her in a minute. Her, and then I think I said me already, and then him. There was like almost like 5, 6 black kids, and then majority of everybody else in the class was white and Hispanic. So I didn't get along with him because motherfucker thought he was better than everybody. And he hated me. And he was like, because he felt like, because my majority of my friends was white and Hispanic, he thought I was a sellout, basically. That was one of the things he hated about me. I thought I was a sellout. And he was somewhat jealous of me because I always had nice things better than him. Everybody liked me. Everybody hung out with me and shit like that. So, I don't know if it was out of jealousy, spite, you would sell out types of shit, but long story short, I didn't like that motherfucker. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Long story short, motherfucker the crazy motherfucker that's supposed to be my friend, he's friends with him. Listen, I don't mind you being friends with him. Because at the end of the day, I can't tell nobody who not to be friends with. Regardless of if I don't fuck with them, fine. I can't tell you who not to be friends with. Honestly, at least you're making friends at all. Because, like I said, you've been here for a while. The only friend you really made was me. So, kudos to fucking you, whether it's somebody I don't like or not. But then, but just prepare yourself that you're gonna be put in a position to where you're gonna be almost in the middle when I do get into it with a motherfucker. I mean, I don't like them, just don't bring them around me. And you kept bringing them around, so it's like, what you think was gonna happen? And I never gave nobody ultimatums like either either he or his friend or you're my friend. I never gave anybody that ultimatum. That's not fair to anybody, and that just makes shit worse. So I never gave nobody ultimatums. Let me just put that out there right now. I've never gave any of my friends ultimatums to be my friend or not. Because I guarantee you somebody might watch this and be like, oh, see, somebody from my class, or hell, somebody I don't like. I'm just putting that out there right now. But yeah, he had befriended him, and then me and Trey, we got into it because he was talking shit to my ex, well, my friend at the time. They used to saying ex, but my friend. He was talking shit to her, calling her a bitch, calling her all that shit and everything else. And, I wouldn't have it. And he was like, you stole this from me and this and that. And I was like, listen, if she said she didn't do it, she didn't do it and shit like that. And, I just got tired of motherfucker running his mouth. So we were about to fight that time. And then this motherfucker gonna sit here and say, Lamar, you need to chill out. Why are you always coming for Trey? I was coming for him. He's always coming for me. So I'm just defending myself, and I'm not gonna sit and allow him to talk to any of my friends like that. Cause the motherfucker ain't got no to talk. Cause look at the motherfuckers he hang out with. Shit. Most of the people he hang out with is either crusty, dusty, or shit. Ain't got a pot pissing. That ain't worth shit. So who the fuck are you? How the fuck you gonna talk about any of the women in my group when majority of your women ain't shit? So I almost get into it with him. The motherfucker, he's over there like defending Trey. And he's over there like, you wrong and you this and that and you. That's when we had to falling out. That's when we started arguing. I was like, listen, motherfucker, I'm not gonna let anybody talk to my friends like that. You should know me, right? You should know me by now to know what I'm gonna put up with and what I'm not gonna put up with. You should know by now how I am when it comes to my friends. Especially motherfuckers that's been around for a minute now. You should already know. So, we get into it, and then, he started getting into it with everybody else in the group, and then that's when that whole big fallout happened. And that's when I stopped speaking to the motherfucker for like at least 3-4 months. That's the first longest time I went without speaking to him. Because motherfucker and that day he just went crazy. He just went crazy. That's when we found out. That's when we found out this motherfucker had anger issues. Not only did he have anger issues, but he takes medication. And in order to be sane, he has to take a medication every day to be sane. That's when we actually find out the severity of the whole situation. That changed everything. That changed everything. But yeah, he just went crazy. And apparently, well, we weren't in the classroom when he went crazy, but he was in one of my teachers, Miss Matthews' class. I didn't like her. Miss Matthews, she was a bitch. She always took his shot. She always took his side. They always excused his behavior, and he was the way he got worse because of the teachers. I blame the teachers for him getting worse because they never held him accountable for his actions, and they always let him do whatever the hell he wanted to do to people. Because they were like his disability. And I feel like they were scared of him. A part of me feels like they were scared. Which, no teacher should be scared of a student. Honestly. Nobody should be scared of anybody. And if it's that bad, then motherfuckers shouldn't even be in the classes, period. It just so I blame the teachers majority for it. I don't blame the teacher that I had junior and senior year because my teacher, Miss Easley, the only one that held him accountable was Miss Easley. But the moment she did that, he moved classes and it was out of her hands. She couldn't do shit. She couldn't say shit. She couldn't do shit because he was no longer in our class. But I'm gonna get into that later on. Back to the fallout. We were in a whole other class watching a movie. All of us were still pissed at each other. I'm pissed at Trey. My other friends pissed at that motherfucker. You know, everybody was just pissed. Everybody was fuming and shit like that. Just it was crazy. Come to find out, he was in the other class and getting pissed off to the point where he's throwing shit, slamming shit, kicking. Apparently, other classes heard the shit. He was going crazy. He was going crazy. And he was already in a fucked up mood that day, anyways. Why? Because he didn't take that med. He didn't take the medication. So he was already in a bitch ass mood before the shit even started. I asked him a question. He's giving the fucking attitude with me, and I'm like, "The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? Better calm your ass down." So he was already in a bitch ass mood. So apparently, the school security, because there's always school security or police hanging around our schools. Not because no, my school is not even like that to the point where it's like there's metal detectors or anything. There's just always securities that they have around the school, especially high schools, because high schools are the main schools that be going crazy. So security was involved. It was a drag out fight with the securities, and long story short, he had to go home. And they was almost about to call the police. Honestly, that's what we were told. Because guess after all that went down, guess who were the 5 people that had to go and speak to Miss Englehart and Miss Matthews, the 2 teachers in their classes? It was my ex. It was my other ex. It was Trey, and it was me. 4 main black kids in class. I don't mean to say it like that, but yeah. How convenient. It was 4 of the main black kids in class, and even in the freshman class. Wow. And apparently we were main ones causing drama in classes all the time. Well, I have to say, them, not me. Them. I feel like I was misunderstood with the teachers. I feel like I was the one that was misunderstood, or I don't know why, but I feel like it was a race thing. I hate to go there, but I feel like it was a race thing, because why is it that all the time they're talking to us 4? Out of everybody in the class. It didn't make sense. And let's just be honest. He got away with that shit. He came back the next day. Had one of the 4 of us or the other girl would have pulled some shit like that, we would have got either suspended or expelled or arrested for damage to property. You can't tell me no differently. Other kids, most of the Hispanics would have got away with that shit. But anybody that is black would have went to jail. You can't sit there and tell me it wouldn't happen, because trust me, it's happened. Not in our classes, but other classes, it's happened. So I ain't trying to hear that shit. But yep, that was the first fallout. I didn't speak to the motherfucker for 4 months. That was the first longest time I stopped speaking to him. I don't know what made us all start talking to him again, linking up, but we linked up eventually sophomore year. He started hanging out with Omar, and until this day he claims that he was the first friend that Omar had in our group. Bullshit! I've known Omar ever since I was 11 years old. No, ever since I was 12 years old, and he was 11 years old. I was 5th grader. He was a 4th grader at Palm Valley Elementary School. When it was me, him, my used to be friend Darren, and my late friend Alex. And this was back in 2012. So yeah, and it's 2021, and I'm 20 years old. He's 19 years old. So add that up. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. I known it for 10 years, almost 10 years now, going into 11. That's a long time. We go way back. So, yeah, that's my oldest friend that I have, and that's the one friend that really reminds me of my late friend, Alex. God rest her soul. But yeah, he still to this day claims that he met him first, and I was like, no, you didn't. None of you motherfuckers knew him first. I knew him. The minute I went in there and I saw him, I was like, that nigga, everything, and it was like we never left. Because we lost touch because he went to another school, and me, my friend Alex, and my friend Darian, we went to West Sky, and he went to L. Thomas. We went to separate middle schools. So that was only 3 years that we lost touch in between. But when I met the motherfucker back in freshman year, it was all popping. And until this day, we still cool. But yeah. Sophomore year, the shit started amping up a little bit more because we had gotten back in touch and everything. But now he had latched on my other friend Omar, and the crazy part about it is me and my friend Omar took the brunt of this whole situation. Because yes, he was an asshole. He was a little bit over when it came to everybody else, but he was 10 times more when it came to me and my friend Omar. And I don't know why, we all even, me, all, like, 3 of us, we even started hanging out outside of school. And most part we hang out at is at his grandparents' house. Because his mama and him didn't have no house. They were living at his grandparents because his mama was a lazy-ass bitch. That's faking her back pain to use to get out of work. So that tells you a lot about that. And he has tendencies of scamming too. So the apple don't fall so far from the tree, and it starts at home. It starts at home. So yeah, we started going to his grandparents' house. That's when shit really started getting real. That's when shit really got real, because the motherfucker was already clinging to me, but he started getting clingy to my other friend Omar. But my friend Omar, I feel like out of both of us, he got it worse, because he's gotten physical with the motherfucker. Like, there be times where, if we didn't call him back, or we didn't answer his phone, or we didn't answer the text, he'll just keep calling you. If I could pull up the phone call histories, but I can't because I blocked them. If I could pull up the phone call histories out of the almost 4 years that I've known the motherfucker, it'd be crazy. And just out of one day, I would have at least 10 or 12 missed calls. Or if you want to get really crazy about it, 20 missed calls. And most of them was out of 1 hour. Out of 1 hour. Or a text. I'm talking 15 texts. Like, hello, is anybody there? Da, 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 da. Like, nigga, I'm busy with my family, though. That's the shit that was crazy. I'm busy with my family. There be times where I have to just turn my phone off. I have to turn my ringtone off. I can't tell you how many times I had to do that. And then somebody else calls me. It's like, why aren't you answering? And I was like, oh, my ringtone was turned off. I forgot to turn it back on. I just had to make some excuse up. But yeah, because it happened before, and it was crazy. And he'll even get pissed off over just little ass bullshit, Like, honestly, like there was one time where we all like, well, me and Omar, well, Matthew he had a chain, but it wasn't like real like diamonds and shit like that. Where Omar, Omar had gotten a chain when he went to Vegas. His chain was longer than that motherfucker. The motherfucker gets pissed off and was like, "Oh, your chain bigger than mine, and you got diamonds in it. You think you better than me and shit like that?" Man, he ripped this shit off, nigga. Boom, pushed him against the wall and shit. I was like, "Yo, bro, chill the fuck out. You don't even wear shit like that, let alone shoes and clothes like we do. So what the fuck is your problem?" Like literally, you go off, and it's like, nigga, you don't even wear shit like that. So why are you pissed about it? It's just if anybody came to his house looking better than him, he has an issue. Like look. Like I dressed better than him or any of that. It'd be an issue. If you came in there with a leather jacket, you try to rip that shit. Like it's because he don't got it. But honestly, I don't even think it would make a difference or not if he was balling or not, money or not. I really don't think he would have been getting the stuff that me and my friend Omar was getting. Because he's never worn shit like that. He ain't even flashy like that. He's not even flashy like me and Omar are. So I still can't this day understand why the fuck he went off over that. Or half the things he went off with. But I think the last straw for me and Omar, because we were already like, I don't know, like, you know we were already talking like, maybe it's time for us to cut ties with the motherfucker. But I was talking like it's time to cut ties with him. Motherfuckers just toxic in the group, and he brings most of the drama in the group and shit like that. But then my friend Omar was scared because he was like, if we cut him loose, he's gonna start going after everybody. He's gonna start doing just going after everybody, and there's people in the group that was not mentally capable of taking that in. So it was a lot. It was a lot to think about. It was a lot to process. And you couldn't go to nobody about the shit. You couldn't call nobody. And that's the cold shit about it. It's like, who the fuck are you gonna call? I don't know, nigga. Shit. The teachers, they ain't doing shit. I mean, we could have went to our parents and shit like that, but I didn't want my mom's involved. I didn't know. I didn't want her involved. Because 9 out of 10, so what my mom probably would have did, she would have went to school board, or I 9 out of 10 would have moved schools because of how bad the shit got. And I was not willing to do that. I was not about to let somebody run me out of a school that I was there first. I rightfully deserved. If I started at the school, I'll go graduate at the school. Regardless of how I hated that school, I was going to graduate there. I put way too much time, way too much blood, sweat, and tears, and I have damn near lied and done I've done too much. I was already too deep in it for me to just leave. I'm not a runner. I'm a Morgan. And my family, Morgans, we fight, we win. We don't run. I ain't no bitch. I'm not gonna run from my problems. I'm gonna face that shit like a motherfucking man. That's real shit though. But yeah, we wanted the motherfucker out. But I think what really what really made us like, if we can't get him out, we gonna have to. It just. But I'm gonna tell you what made me was like, what, that's the last straw, was early junior year when I was dating my first ex. This motherfucker. I was at. No, I wasn't at that school. Was I? Oh yeah, I was. Because the morning first 2 periods, I was at my TSW. So yeah, I was at TSW, right? This motherfucker Well, I'm at TSW. Why is this motherfucker making moves with my ex? Well, my girlfriend at the time. Why am I hearing from my friends that these motherfuckers on top that was all like this, all up on each other? She was all up on him, and he was all up on her. And he claims he was, but that was like, because I saw the video. Somebody recorded shit for proof. So I know what happened. So why am I getting a video of this shit saying like, yo, I felt like you needed to know? No, it was my friend Omar that actually did that. Yeah, he recorded it and sent it to me. They told me about it later, but he had already recorded. He was like, yo, this shit's crazy. I don't know what you gonna do. I was pissed off. I was like, if I see that motherfucker tomorrow, I'm decking him in his throat. And I don't give a fuck. I'm stealing on that nigga. But my friend Omar reminded me, like, yo, if we do that, it's going to go. We gotta go about this another way. Gotta go about this another way. Gotta go about this another way. And I was like, how the hell are we gonna go out about it? Because he was already pissed. Because the motherfucker got pissed off and was on a rampage, because he didn't take his meds, got on a rampage and fucked around and was cussing my friend Shannon out on the bus and called her a bitch. And this was the day that Omar was not on that bus, because they ride the same bus. And honestly, had he been on the bus, Omar would have stomped that nigga the fuck out. Because, you think he's crazy? Omar's batshit crazy. But the thing about Omar is, he don't go batshit crazy unless you fuck with him, or fuck with his family, or fuck with his close friends. Anybody close to him, if you fuck with them, that batshit crazy go get out. And you will regret the day that you rock that shit out. That's all I gotta say about him. If you don't know, hopefully one day you don't gotta find out. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, he was already pissed, and it was like, we gotta go about this right way. We gotta go about this another way. If we can't tell the teachers, we can't go to our parents, we can't go to school board. If we just gotta handle this ourselves, we gonna go about it our way. So, what we did is we try. I don't know how y'all would feel, but or how y'all would deal with it, but we tried to keep him from getting pissed off. We tried to keep him in the fold and make it look like everything was cool, because we had 1 year left in the we basically was taking one for the team. If we keep him occupied, he won't try to mess with nobody type of shit. Because if we could keep him out of class, we had to go about it our way. And we didn't want to, we just tried to keep him from getting pissed off and everything. That's when he started to be a little more softer and everything, because we kept him calm. We kept him occupied. Even to the point where we start having him hang out with other people. Like this motherfucker Nick that I don't like, but it is what it is. And he started hanging out with them more, and I was like, cool. He's hanging out with them. He's not really hanging out with us like that, so fine. Just keep it like that. Even senior year, but that doesn't mean we still had little issues here and there. But it was contained though. It was contained. But yeah, by the end of senior year, COVID went down. We all had to stay home. By end of May, like a couple weeks after graduating, and I said it. When I graduate, this motherfucker's over. We gotta wait for him to screw up and fuck up, and then he's cut off. And lo and behold, he fucked up. And I was telling him about my job and this and that, and he went on a rampage and was like, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be better than you, and I'm gonna make more money than you. You think you better than me? Fuck you. You always try to outshine somebody. You always try to do this, always try to do that. You ain't shit. Just cuss me out and talk to me like I'm trash and shit like that. So I was cussing him out, and I said, fuck you. I left the game, because this was an online game. I left the game. I blocked him on PlayStation. I blocked him on my phone. I blocked him on Roblox, because at the time I was playing Roblox because of him. I didn't really like Roblox like that, but I was trying to keep him out back. So, Blocked him on there. He was blocked. And I hit up Omar and I said, he fucked up. What did I tell you? Block that motherfucker. But I come to find out Omar ended up not blocking, and the motherfucker kept calling. And he didn't really know how the whole blocking on people on the phone really worked. So when I told him to block him, I thought he probably meant delete. And he was like, he kept wondering, like, how is this motherfucker getting my phone number? How is he getting my phone number? So until a week ago, I finally blocked him. But I told everybody else in the group, block him. He's no longer in the group. He's no longer involved with us. Block him. Block him, block him, block him. You know, it was time. It was time to cut loose. I was no longer at school. He was no longer at school. So he has no reason to keep in contact with any of us. And until this day, he still tries to harass people. Like, he uses different accounts to try to text and say, one time I got on a PS4, like, yo, I think we need to talk and start acting like adults. Motherfuckers, that shit, the whole being adults went out the ear a long time ago. Just, no, we're not going to do that. And people might say, well, Lamont, he was on medication. It doesn't matter. Even with the medications or not, he's still, majority of the times he didn't take them was because he didn't want to take them. He chose not to. He would do that shit on purpose. He would do it on purpose. Shit. And he's not even crazy to us. He's crazy about his family at home. Shit. He got into it. Shit, my friend, one of my older friends, who ain't no longer my friend, he said he was over there one time. He saw him go off on his mama and literally put his hands on her. He's put his hands on his own mama. He treats his own mama like shit. You treat your own mama like shit. If you don't respect your own mama, how the fuck are you gonna respect anybody else? That's my thing. And okay, you been through shit. Your dad left. Shit. Okay, my dad left. My dad left me for a whole nother woman. My dad left us for a whole nother woman and had kids with him. I'm just saying, shit happens. But don't sit there and use it as an excuse for you to be the way that you are. And don't sit here and not take your meds because it's like, I just don't feel like taking them. Motherfucker, you need to take them. Because if you don't take them, you're not only a danger to yourself, but you're a danger to others at times. And you're doing this shit on purpose. And when you don't do that, you're putting everybody in danger. Shit, you got me and Omar coming to your fucking house. Like, I hope he's on it. Like, shit, Omar be scared sometimes. Like, I hope he's on his meds. I hope he's on his meds when we get here, because I don't want to be here when he's not on his meds. I don't either. That's what I tell you. Shit got real, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Shit got real. You know, and there's just certain things I can't tell you because I don't, because this already is a kid-friendly video, but it's just, shit got real, y'all. But finally, I'm just glad, I'm just blessed that finally none of us had to deal with him no more. There was another girl that was a girl in our group. Her name don't matter, but she caused some shit, and she's been mentioned in my videos too. She's caused some shit, and she is no longer with us. She's not passed, but she's no longer in our group no more. As well as my ex and my other ex. You know, I'm at the point where I'm just like, if you a real one, you a real one. And if you ain't real and you just here to fuck with me, you gotta get the fuck on. You know, I'm trying to keep away from all this toxicness in my life. You know, I'm trying to keep, I want people in my circle that's going to have my back and that's going to be loyal. And it's just, that's a real one. And who I can trust. Trust, what I ask in a friend is trust and loyalty. That's all I ask. If I don't have that with you, then there ain't shit to talk about. I don't have shit. Same if I'm dating somebody. Or if I fuck around and marry somebody. If I don't have trust with you, it's not gonna happen. If I can't trust you and I don't feel like you're loyal or any of that shit, then there's no reason for us to be together. Hence why the exes that I had to kick rocks because they weren't trustworthy. They weren't loyal. So no longer could they be with me. Hopefully, any girl I get with now, hopefully whoever I get with, I won't have no problems with her. But then again, who knows? Only time could tell. But yeah, that was the time that, well, that's the time that I had a toxic ass friend and he is no longer in my circle. And I am really just truly blessed because you have no idea how easy my life is now without him. And especially in the group. Like, it is crazy how our group is just so chill now. But the problem was, it wasn't our group. It was just the people that, certain people that was in our group. That was the problem. It was causing most of the problems in our group. That was causing conflict. And I'm just blessed that those motherfuckers are no longer in our lives. And I'll talk about the other girl another day, probably with one of my friends. But yeah, yeah, that was some crazy shit. I got some crazy stories, y'all. I need to write a book because, especially, like, no, did I just spit? Like my high school years, shit. I should write a book because I'm telling you, shit got real, y'all. But well, I keep saying it, but I'm telling y'all, shit got fucking real, bro. If y'all only knew. if y'all only knew. But all right, that's gonna be the end of this video. What? How long have I been on here? Damn, 41 minutes. Shit, that's a long ass story time. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. What I'm gonna need y'all to do is I'm gonna need y'all to like. I'm gonna need y'all to comment. And I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. And I shall see you in the next video. Deuces, nigga!